Hello, welcome back. It's Megan. We've got a good strength and core class today. This is going to be, the setup is going to be 7 exercises. We're going to do 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, and it's going to be full body. So what I'll do is I'll go through all of the movements so that you know what you'll need, and then warm up, and then we'll get into it just like always. So first thing we're going to do, we haven't done this one before. It's weighted marches. Sorry, I'm out of breath for no reason. So what you're going to do is you're going to have your dumbbells. You can also just have one dumbbell, one kettlebell, whatever you have, and hold it however it's most comfortable for you. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to do high knee marches. You want to engage your core. This is going to be mostly for our core, works a little bit of our legs. So what I mean by engaging your core is not sucking in, but a good way that I had it explained to me that might help you kind of visualize what I mean by bracing your core is brace like you're about to get punched in the stomach. You know, that feeling where you're like, you're just bracing it in. Hopefully that helps. And I want you guys to try to do that throughout all of your movements. So all of our overhead things, squat, always kind of brace your core so that you're getting that core strength and mobility while you're doing your other movements. So it's going to help us full body, even if it's more of an upper body focus, it's still going to help us in our core. Next up is going to be squat to press. We have done this before, so you're just going to have your dumbbells right here, however is most comfortable for you, and then we're just going to squat, come up, shoulder press, and then back down. And then next up is going to be row to tricep kickback. So we're also going to have our dumbbells here, so we're going to be bent at our knees slightly, and we're going to row and then bring it back and then bring it back down, just like that. Next up is going to be alternating reverse lunge to drive. So for that, we're going to do alternating reverse lunges just like we normally do. So one leg back, and then we're going to come up. You can touch your toe down to the ground here if you need to, but try to do a fluid motion down and then up to a drive, and then come back with your other leg and do the same thing just like that. Again, bracing our core, trying to build balance in that within that movement. Next up is rear deltoid fly. So you're going to have your dumbbells, and I like to do a split stance for these, meaning one leg slightly in front of the other. And then you'll have 2 dumbbells. This is going to work the back of our shoulders and a little bit of our chest. So lean forward on that front leg so that we can isolate the back of our shoulders, our deltoids. And then we're going to come right here for rear deltoid flies. And your arms aren't going to be straight out either. They're going to be kind of like you're hugging a tree almost, like that. And then next up, if you have a kettlebell or a dumbbell, whatever works for you, I'm going to do one dumbbell. And what we're going to do is a Romanian deadlift, but we're going to do it with just the one. You can also do it with the 2 if it works better for you. But I'm just going to come down, bring it down to the ground, and then come up. Make sure you are lifting up with your glutes and hamstrings. Build that mind to muscle connection. So we're basically tracing our legs down. We have our hips hinged back, and then we're going to lift up with our glutes and hamstrings. And then After that, you'll have your weight again, and you're going to come down to the ground or your mat or whatever you have. And this is our weighted leg drop. So we've done these before. So you're going to have the weight right out in front of you. Legs are going to be like this, bent upward. And then one at a time, we're going to come down to the ground with our heel and then bring it back up. And then alternate legs. This is for our core. Really good for building core strength. And that's all 7 exercises. So with that, we can go ahead and warm up. Let's go ahead and do our arm swings. It is hot, 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 hot today. Okay, go ahead and roll your shoulders back. Warming up our back, our shoulders, our chest. Good, go ahead and do a few more arm swings. Good, let's go ahead and swing our legs out. So find a chair, something to hold on to. And we'll do 10 each leg. Good, go ahead and switch. Let's go ahead and swing our legs out forward too. So again, 10 on each side. Good, go ahead and switch. All right, let's go ahead and do our alternating single leg hamstring stretch. So like this, hold for just a second and then switch. We can also do this while we're walking. So if you have some room, you can come here, just like that, and then walk forward with it. And then now let's do that same thing with our knee hugs. So these are a little bit harder to balance. Find something on the wall in front of you to stare at so you don't lose your balance. And we're just gonna hug our knee and then switch. Good. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of ankle mobility. So come on your tiptoe and then alternate. Good. All right, I'm feeling pretty well warmed up. You are welcome to always do more of a warm-up if you need to. But with that, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to set my timer for 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Again, if you've never watched my videos before and you're wondering what I use as a timer, it's called, what is it called? It's called Turbo Tabata stopwatch, something like that. I'm sorry, it's not saying what it's called. You can go on and customize your working set, your working time, and then your rest time, so that it just beeps for you. And that's what I use for my videos. It's super easy to set up and makes it so you don't have to worry about looking at your watch or setting a stopwatch each time, whatever it may be. So go ahead and get ready. We're starting again with that weighted march, so get your dumbbells ready for that, or your kettlebell, whatever you have.
Starting your Tabata workout. Get ready. Exercise.
Good. Go. Two, one, rest. Good. Next up is that squat press. Still have a little bit of time. 2, 1,
Exercise.
go. Squat, make sure your chest is up and you're not caving in your knees with that squat. And again, I like to imagine that I'm trying to part the floor away with my feet. Keep it up. Two, one,
Rest.
rest. Good. Next up is that row to tricep kickback. And
Exercise.
go. Row, kick back, back down, row. This can also be at a split stance if that works better for you. And make sure you're not swinging the weights back. Nice controlled movement there. So none of this. Nice and controlled. 2, 1, rest. Good. Next up is our alternating reverse lunge to drive. I'm not sure if I already said this, but of course, as always, you can have a dumbbell or no dumbbell, whatever works better for you.
Exercise.
Reverse lunge to drive, alternate. Keep it up. Two, one,
Rest.
rest. Good. Next up is our rear delt fly, deltoid fly. Get ready.
Exercise.
Nice and slow, pace yourself. We got to do this for 40 seconds, right? We're already halfway. Keep it up. No. We're almost there. Rest. Next up is our deadlift. Again, with one dumbbell, one kettlebell, 2 dumbbells, whatever works best. Get ready.
Exercise.
So sorry if you could hear me breathing. We're almost there. 1. Rest. Good. And last but not least is our weighted leg drop. So make it down to the ground. Two, 1, go.
Exercise.
Dumbbell right up in front of you. Alternate touching down with your heel. Keep it up. 2, 1, rest. Woo. All right, that was the end of round 1. Go ahead and pause the video, take a quick break, get a drink of water if you need to. For the sake of keeping this to a 1-part video, I do not have time to go through it another time with you. So go ahead when you're ready, rewind, do that again. I recommend at least another time through. 3 times through would be really good, 4 times through would be really good. 5 times, 6 times through if you're really feeling it today. So I'm going to go ahead and rest for another few seconds, and then we can cool down, unless of course you're doing it again. Don't watch the cool down yet. Alright, I'm going to start cooling down, swinging my arms. Go ahead and catch it on one side. Swing it out and switch. Swing it out and come overhead. Switch. Good, go ahead and swing it out a few more times. Roll your shoulders back. imagine you have a broomstick in your hands, and bring it back behind your head. This is for our shoulders, our chest. If you have an actual broomstick, feel more than free to do this with that. Good, let's go ahead and do our alternating hamstring stretch again. Start by alternating. On this next one, you can hold it. Hold the stretch. Switch. Okay, same thing with our knee hugs, alternating knee hugs. And on this one, hold it. Stare at something. Go ahead and rotate your ankle. Rotate it the other way. Good. Switch legs. Rotate ankle. Switch. Good. Good. Let's go ahead and do our hanging hamstring stretch. So right here, keep your chin up, especially if you're feeling lightheaded. Good. Stay right where you were. I'm just going to turn, and we're going to, from here, put our hands on the ground or on your mat, and then bend down. Our arms are inside of our legs, and then use your elbows to gently push your knees out. I call this frog stretch. Helps open up our hips. It's good for ankle mobility as well. Good, and from here, let's come into a runner's lunge. So we'll do kneeling and one leg out in front of the other, and then lunge into your front leg. You should be feeling this mostly in your hip flexor, groin area of the leg that is back. Good, go ahead and switch legs.